Hello there.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Lego here, hope you're all doing well, and we have a Lego City update, quite a big one. If you can't already tell, our city is really quite populated now. That is what we're going to be taking a look at in this Lego City update video, tour, slash vlog, whatever you want to call it. I want to show you guys around the city, all the different changes that I've made previously between the last video, here and now. So that being said, let's go ahead. We're going to hop right on into it. We're going to start with the more populated area here. This here, we'll get to that in just a moment. This entirety of the downtown, we'll go ahead and get that into just a minute. Let's go around the city around this way here. This is where I have the train currently parked for as of right now. To catch some of you up to date that maybe you aren't that familiar on what went on in the last Lego City update. Essentially, our entirety of the plan was to have our train tracks going down and connecting to the second part of our city, and that was a whole mess. It never actually happened clearly, obviously, as of yet, because it was just too much of a mess, too much of a hassle. A lot of buildings, everything was just in a disarray. Everything was messed up. The city wasn't the city. There was no minifigures in the city. Buildings were out of disarray and just all over the place. So it was just an absolute mess. I couldn't live with it, and I had some free time, but I didn't have the brain cells to go ahead and try to figure this train out, nor did I really care all that much, because to be honest, I rarely used a train, like let it go around in a circle or anything like that. That is something that'll be figured out later, way later down the road, and be figured out between videos even at that there as well. Okay, so aside from all of that, let's talk about the minifigures. That is the biggest change that we have here in our Lego City here in today's video here. And, well, for those of you that aren't necessarily familiar with the way that I like to have our Lego City set up here, all the minifigures are telling a story. There's something going on with each and every minifigure. There's nobody really just kind of standing around all that much, unless you're that guy right here. But aside from that, all of them have a story to kind of tell. So it's something I'm very looking forward to showing you guys in this video. Starting out here with the edge of the city, as I had mentioned, behind the police station, behind the fire station, where we have our train parked here. This is kind of where I leave it for as of right now, because it's easy to reach it, turn it on or whatever. We have an incomplete carrot house. I'd like to put some construction workers around it until I actually get that done. I have the box with all the pieces right here, where we have all of our sealed sets collection right there. We have our cave men and women on the outskirts of the city here as well, with a little bit of a cave kind of against the wall, and a fire there as well. They've been there for quite some time. Even when the city was in a disarray, as I had mentioned, they were still here. They never went anywhere. They never moved. So there's that. Only thing new really over here, I just added this random hillbilly dude kind of getting arrested by this officer right here. No other context to it or anything. It's very random, and I don't know. There's no story behind it. And next up, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi's hut here as well. Mind you, this isn't an entire, I guess, Lego City tour in this video. Boy, I haven't done one of those in quite some time, and I'd really like to do one of those in the coming weeks here on the channel, especially as we're approaching the new year and the last month of the year. So kind of taking a look at all of that progress that we've made in the past year. Of course, we have our two Eskimos here at the edge of the city in their little snowy house igloo here as well. Now, there isn't a lot going on over here. Let's get into the city here. Firstly, let's go ahead and start out with the police station. We have Batman and on top of the police station here with Commissioner Gordon's daughter from the Lego Batman movie. I completely forget her name. Batgirl, I know that, but I don't know her real name, so I'm sorry about that. With the little bat light there, which is cool. And not a lot really changed with the police station either all that much. All the minifigures are still in the same area because they didn't really have to move, because they're already like separate on their own platform and everything like that. All of these guys being filed into their jail cells, and all that there as well. Right outside the police station, we have this coffee guy giving these two officers some coffee, which is kind of cool. I discussed this in a couple videos ago here on the channel, into the regards of like one pet peeve that I have here that I like to fix here in the city, is that how are you going to have a coffee guy giving coffee when there's no coffee store anywhere in the city? It doesn't really make all that much sense, and something I'm looking forward to fixing by adding the early bird coffee shop into this messy part of the city down here, the second table essentially. Right next to those guys, we have two firefighters, the chief, and then the one with the paper, I guess. A random guy mopping right outside of the construction area here. Well, we'll also go ahead and find these two race car junkie dudes taking a look here at this pretty sweet ride right here. All of the cool Speed Champion cars I actually do have aren't in the city, well, at least anymore. They're all on the shelf right over here, over there, because, I don't know, I didn't really want to put them in the city all that much. And across from that, we have this random dude that's standing around that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And before we miss these guys, we have a boxing tournament going on right here. I really like these guys right here. This is an older minifigure from a CMF series. This is a newer one right here. So she's like punching him, and if you can't already tell, this guy's face is pretty worn. It's pretty weared off. He was a part of my childhood, of course, so it's like she punched him and it made his face fall off. I think it's kind of funny. And this guy was the trophy, the crazy wrestler dude, which is kind of cool. Moving on, we have the saxophone player with the chocolate bar. There's no story really behind that. He's just playing the saxophone, chilling out, and that's really it. But when you go up to the building that this guy is in front of, we have a scene, a movie scene here from the Boondock Saints, an early 2000s Irish / thriller / drama / crime movie. It's rather violent, so if you aren't all that mature, I wouldn't recommend. But it's a pretty cool scene where they are investigating this crime scene. Willem Dafoe's in it, great actor, so that's him right here. And there's a toilet seat down there. It's part of the movie. If you've seen it, you'll understand it. Aside from that, at the top of the building here, we have Harry and Hagrid going ahead and doing some flight lessons here. And I'll probably move these guys to be closer to platform 9 3/4 for when I build that set that I have right over here. And actually move that into the city with our train station. It was one of the last things that I have to add up here into our downtown type of area. Now, from here, things are going to get crowded. I'm not going to lie to you, but stay with me, bear with me. It's very, very detailed. I like it a lot. We have a lot of pop culture stuff going on down here, and to steal that name from the one and only Bertsy here on YouTube, has an amazing Lego room and Lego City that I take a huge inspiration from. The dude actually really got me back into Lego, alongside with M&R Productions, of course, in the recent years here. He calls it Pop Culture Street, and I did the same thing. All of my favorite movie characters, replicating scenes, as I had showed you guys right there as well. Buildings such as Sesame Street and eventually 9 3/4 platform with the train station there, as all things that I like to integrate here into the pop culture street and area of our city here as well, with kind of like giving it this downtown type of vibe and feel to it as well, with people, normal people, kind of just out and about, going to some restaurants, going to some ice cream places, taco places, hanging out, having a good time, live music. These guys are missing their hats. I literally don't know where they're at, but let's go ahead and take a look at all these different minifigures that I have lined up here. We'll start in the back here with Sesame Street. For one thing, at the top, we have Santa Claus, recreating the Spider-Man meme, the famous Spider-Man meme of the two Spider-Men pointing at each other. And speaking of Spider-Man climbing up the building there. I gave him a camera recently because Peter Parker's a photographer for the Daily Bugle, which is pretty cool. We have Peter Pan here on top of the roof as well, giving Buzz Lightyear some flight lessons there. Two beloved Disney characters I thought would be really cool to kind of create this type of scene here, because Buzz Lightyear, as we know from the movies, doesn't know how to fly, always dreams of flying, and doesn't know. So, but Peter Pan does, so it's kind of cool to kind of see that. On the ledge of the balcony of one of the apartments down here, we have one of those Olaf snowmen. There's like a smaller one from the Frozen movie, Disney of course. And moving further down, we have... Oh, it's getting crowded. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All right, we'll go ahead and start out with the genie and Aladdin. He's popping out of the little thing there, the little, I don't even know, the little canister he pops out of from the movie, which is pretty cool. We have Iron Man and Captain America taking a stroll, as Shaggy and Scooby are at the sandwich place here as well, which is pretty neat. The Mystery Machine, don't forget that. This guy isn't necessarily a Power Ranger, but he looks like a Power Ranger, so I threw him in there, which is cool. With the 3 aliens from Toy Story, talking here with Stitch, they're all aliens, so I thought it kind of fit. And this is also the motorcycle that goes with the Mystery Machine. I like to think that Scooby and Shaggy got here first off of this bike and beat the rest of the gang here down to the downtown rush here. Let's not forget good old R2-D2 here as well from Star Wars, and in front of him we have the Incredibles. Syndrome, I believe it is named, and Mr. Incredible there, kind of recreating a little bit of a fight scene there, which I think is pretty cool. You keep moving further, we have Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Daffy Duck, all kind of chatting away. Really reminds me of like the 2D cartoon that they started releasing a couple of years ago now on like Cartoon Network or something like that, Disney Channel, I think actually. Probably makes a little bit more sense for that one, but Cartoon Network, I think, is Looney Tunes, actually. So I have some of the Looney Tune minifigures here. We got Lola, and we got Bugs Bunny, and then we got the mouse, and we got the cat. I really don't know their name, but I got those two, so I just kind of had them strolling behind there as well. So aside from all that, we start to kind of lean more into like just a normal downtown area. We have Jay from Ninjago, and we have Sesame Street over here with some of the Muppet characters mixed in there as well. All the minifigures that are included into that set are all here, with the exception of Miss Piggy. We have, where are they? Oh, Fozzie Bear, and I believe there's one more. I think I might have put them somewhere else. Oh, that scientist dude, he's over here, which is all really cool to have here. Part of the Muppets, because the Sesame Street characters and the Muppets are all kind of referred to the same as just Muppets, because they're all created by Jim Henson, so it made sense to kind of all put them together. That's not all of my Muppets. I actually have a lot more Muppets inside of our display case over here with the rest of our other kind of like minifigures. We have all the Star Wars minifigures up here, and we got more like movie characters over here on this second shelf right here. So this is where I have all the Muppet characters. The rest of them duplicates, I just go ahead and throw into the city. Okay, so I know that the whole pop culture thing has been very lengthy, but stay with me here. Aside from all these guys, we have over here, we also have Superman up here with Super Baby. Super Baby's like literally been over here where the Batman is for the longest time, and I went ahead and moved them over here. So kind of makes sense. Probably my favorite thing, honestly, though, out of everything that we have here in Pop Culture Street regarding all the different minifigures and everything like that, probably my favorite one is going to be the two old guys from the Muppets. They're over here on this building, kind of just critiquing and judging everything that's kind of going on down here. We got the one guy with the sleepy card, the Z's, and then the one guy with the T. So I really like that. That's like my favorite one. They're kind of looking down here, just judging everything, which is pretty cool. And then lastly, I don't even know if you want to consider this part of like the pop culture. I just kind of threw it down here. We have this guy wearing General Zod's armor from one of the Lego sets, fighting an elf from Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I just kind of threw it in there. Also, the guy's holding a lightsaber, so yeah, kind of mix it around in there as well. That is everything that I have here going on in the pop culture area, street here, so to speak here. All the different minifigures, what they're all kind of doing. They're all doing their own thing. They're all chatting away, or they're doing something. It's kind of cool to look at. It's fascinating to look at. We have the genie popping out of the, I don't even know what it's called, the little thing there, surprising Aladdin. These two kind of about the showdown. These two chatting away. R2-D2 vibing, these two vibing. Very cool. I like it. I really like to look at it. I think it's pretty nice. But moving away from that and kind of easy on the eyes, as I had mentioned, a more normal kind of downtown area where you just have normal everyday people kind of chilling out, going to restaurants, going to get ice cream, getting tacos, with a little bit of a live band there to kind of soothe all the chaos. It feels chaotic over here, and it's kind of supposed to. It's supposed to feel busy. That's downtown for you. So next to our ice cream place here, we also have the ATM being guarded by one of the officers here. And I don't want to forget it, but I kind of passed by it there. We have construction workers here working on like an urgent care. I started this project like a couple of videos ago, and I never got around to doing anything else with it. I simply need more pieces. And even at that, this one's a smaller scaled down urgent care, so to speak, compared to the bigger hospital that I want to put down here, where we're going to have the second table for the city, the continuation of it. And yeah. Behind our taco area, our taco restaurant, we have a little scene here of this guy walking away, presumably dropping a banana. This guy's about to slip on under the banana, and he's warning him. That's the story behind that one. This guy's walking out of the toy store as she's putting something into, I don't honestly know what this is. I built this creator set, and I never knew what that was. I'm guessing it's like a vending machine is the word. I totally forgot and blanked on that one. A vending machine. So that's pretty cool there. But that's kind of everything that we have in the downtown area. When you get onto the other side of the tracks, you move into the more housing area, the more urban type of area, the suburbs, rather, is the correct word there. So you cross the tracks and, well, for one thing, the party doesn't stop. You go to the beach area where we have a dog wedding. We have a bunch of sig figs going on down here, for notably mine. We have my brother's, who helps me work on a number of videos here in the Lego room and does a lot of projects with me actually down here. Not only just building sets, but also kind of like working on displays, what should go on display, and also working on stuff in the city here as well. So it's quite a big help here on the channel. And my dad's sig fig there, kind of commemorating the dog wedding with all these animals here as well. Some random minifigures there as well, which I think is pretty cool. And this dog here is technically not Lego. And then on the other side of the beach area, we have a costume party going on alongside with just a normal children's birthday party there as well. That's kind of as chaotic as it's going to get down here, comparably down to here. I'd like to move the costume party actually somewhere downtown instead of the beach, clear of the beach a little bit, pour some more normal looking city people down there. I think would be kind of nice. And I also thought about this yesterday, but forgot about it. Moving on to the beach area, we also have Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean. And while he's a movie character, he should go into the pop culture area. So I'm gonna find some type of weird way to maybe integrate him down to here, maybe make like some type of weird boat or something, include, I don't know, something like that. I don't know, work in progress. Yeah, I'd like to have all the movie characters not spread out all over the city. I'd really like to keep them condensed into one area, the pop culture street, so it's kind of easy to keep track of all of them. But he's the only exception aside from Minecraft. Minecraft's a video game, and that's in that back corner. None of those minifigures moved or changed or went anywhere either, because they're so far back there, it's not worth it. This couple right here, campers right here, explorers, hikers, that's new. I put that there. And then all these guys that are in the beach area are all relatively just the same here as well. They moved, but they went straight back. Nothing changed about that there. And as you move to the outside of the beach there, and I know I'm kind of hopping around a little bit. We have a news reporter, camera dude, and she's kind of just reporting on everything. All the events are going on here with the beach area, which is kind of cool. And right outside it, as I mentioned, I know I'm jumping around. We've got 2 police security, and we got a hot dog too. Selling some hot dogs. Pretty self-explanatory. Some people walking, riding bikes, jogging, whatever, whatever type of thing. Animal catcher, she was always there as well. And this couple right here was there as well. Didn't move. She's holding the stick, which is pretty cool. And I went ahead and put the native lady underneath this tree. I didn't really know where else to put her. I might go ahead and throw her into the downtown area. And I don't know. So that there is kind of summarizing just about, that's the entirety of the city. I know it looks like a lot at first, but it is, but it isn't. We went through it all kind of relatively fast. A lot of it's self-explanatory. And when I also think about it all that much, not a lot really changed down here. Everything down here is pretty much the same, comparably down to here, where there's a lot of different commotion going on down here. And as I had mentioned that like a minute ago, I really like the idea of moving the costume party into the downtown area to kind of soothe the waves, essentially, of the whole urban area of where people are living, the suburb area rather, sorry, and kind of just chill that out there a little bit more, because there's already a lot going on here with the dog wedding and this children's birthday party here as well. So aside from all that, that there is everything that has changed here in the Lego City here regarding all these different minifigures that have been integrated and added into this area of this overall city. There's like 3 things I'd like to change here about this part of 4 things I'd like to change here about the upper table of the city. Number 1, we're going to add the train station and platform 9 3/4. Number 2, I'd like to fill in all these wooden gap areas right here. Number 3, I'd like to go ahead and move the museum actually down here to this area and replace it with Avengers Tower, because it kind of adds on and commemorates more into the regards of everything that we have going on in the pop culture area and street here. Plus it's I really want to get off of Bricklink, so makes sense. Number 4, I'd like to move the costume party on down here. And number 5, kind of as an additional one here, I'd like to go ahead and, of course, fix the train station, train area, the train tracks, that's what it's called, and so makes them go down here. It seems quite simple. It should be quite simple, because you just detach that, make it go down here, and that's that type of thing. But it's not that easy. There's more to it. It's just going to be a work in progress type of thing. I'm not concerned with that. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not down here running the train 24/7 or even every day. I think the last time I ran it was like, well, honestly, a couple days ago, because I was messing around with the track a little bit, making sure it was like in its proper area. But besides that, months ago, honestly, not even exaggerating that. And I think the only other thing I missed here in regards of all the different commotion and minifigures that we have going on was this little bank robbery, but it was there before. And something I am a little bit disappointed with that I like to fix eventually, because you can't see it, and I also forgot about that there as well. For one thing, we have this guy coming out the bank that doesn't have a door, nor does it have any signification that it is a bank, but it's a bank. And the Lego movie people, they're there. They can't be seen unless you stand from this side, however, of where we're at. Anyway, that's going to go ahead and do it for this Lego City update tour / vlog video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'd love to hear what you guys all think in the comment section down below in regard of your own Lego City or display here and what you guys going on there, or maybe some critiques, maybe something that I should add here to our own Lego City / room. I'd love to hear what you guys all think in the comment section down below. Of course, this has been Unofficial Lego. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.